In this video, I'm going to show you 8 tips you can do to make your Chromebook feel lighter and more responsive. And I think this video is very relevant for people that are using Chromebooks that are getting older and might not be able to keep up with the current demand of websites and applications. So there are 8 methods, but I don't think everybody will be able to implement all of them. But if you can at least try some of them, I believe that at the end, your Chromebook will feel a bit faster and you might be able to use it longer. So the first thing that we are going to do is we want to stop sending user and diagnostic data to Google server. This is actually a minor thing you can do, but you know that's good for privacy, and also that also means one less process that the Chromebook has to deal with. So in order to disable that setting, go to the launcher menu, go to settings, and after that you want to navigate to privacy and security. Click privacy controls, and here there is an option that says send crash reports and diagnostic and usage data to Chrome OS. Now, as far as I know, they do not store or collect any personal information because the data is aggregated, so they are grouped together, but nobody knows whose data belongs to. So I think when it comes to privacy, they are doing okay job. But if you want to get even better privacy and better performance, then just disable this option. So your Chromebook is no longer collecting and then sending data to the Google server, which I think one step better to make your Chromebook feel lighter. Now that we are done with the first step, let's move on to the second option that you can do to make Chromebook feels better and faster. So the second thing that you can do is you can disable or delete some Chrome extensions that you are no longer needed. Let's open Google Chrome and click this extension icon, and then click manage extensions. Right now, I do have multiple extensions installed on my Google Chrome browser, and you might have realized that some of them, they actually just disabled. For example, there is this dark reader extension, and it is not removed, it's still there, but I just disable it. So there is a disable and enable option, and I think this is very useful if you have an extension that you still kind of need, but not as often as it used to, and you just want to keep it around just in case you need the extension again. Then you can just disable the extension instead of removing the extension from the browser. You can still definitely removing the extension, but if you still want to use it in the future, then I think disabling is going to be a better choice. And try to remove or disable as many extensions as possible, and I can assure you it's going to make the Chrome experience a lot better. So that was the second thing that you can do. The third option is make sure to always keep your Chrome OS device up to date. Now, I would say this might be optional because there are some people that prefer to use the older version of Chrome, and maybe it will less bloated, there will be less apps installed, there will be less features that they probably don't need, which I do agree with that. But from my experience, I think keeping up with the latest version is actually not doing any harm to performance. At least I don't see any degradation when using Chrome with the latest version. So if you want to make sure that your Chrome OS is running the latest version, you can go to the settings again, and you want to navigate to the about page, the about Chrome OS right here at the bottom, and you want to click check for updates, and if there's new update, it will install the update for you. And by the way, I think it is worth mentioning that you might be seeing that my Chromebook is feeling, it's a bit laggy. It's actually not. That happens because I'm recording this video using my computer, so the Chromebook has to stream the screen to my computer in order to be recorded. But in reality, my Chromebook is just running well, even though it's running the latest version of the system, and my Chromebook was from a few years ago. And I think overall, I think it's pretty good. So I don't see any problem with using the latest version. So that's my recommendation, is to keep using the latest version of Chrome OS. Now, let's move on to the fourth method or the fourth thing that you can do to make the performance even better. So this is going to be related to incognito window. You can open Google Chrome and you can use the incognito version. And the reason of why I think this is a good thing to keep your Chromebooks running the best version of itself is because we are not storing any extra data, and basically after you're done with the session, all the data will be removed. So I think that's a great thing to do. It will store less data compared to when you are using the regular browsing mode. And you can also use a guest mode. I think if you just want to open Chrome and browse some website, I think it's better to just sign out and then using the guest mode. The guest mode is very similar to the incognito mode, and the guest mode allows you to access some basic features of Chromebook but without using your Google account. So I think that's a good thing that you can do, and it's going to make the performance on your device a bit better. So that was the fourth thing that you can do. The next thing that you can do is related to Google Chrome. If you are using Chrome to work and you open a lot of websites, and there are some websites that you still want to read but you just want to do it later, then I do recommend using an extension called OneTab. So this is actually a very popular Chrome extension that allows you to minimize. Basically, if you have 20 different tabs opening and you just you will do the work later, then you can click on the extension, and basically what's going to happen is it's going to compact every single tab into just one tab. So basically it's going to collect all the URL of the tabs that open and turn that into a single tab. So it will turn all of these into this single page that contains all the links that you previously has saved. And I think this is very useful for an older Chromebook with 4 GB of RAM or less. And yeah, I think it's just good extension to use in general. So that was the fifth thing that you can do on your Chromebook. The next thing that you can do is to kill some unnecessary process from Task Manager. So Chromebook do have a Task Manager feature similar to Windows, and in order to open that, you can click this menu and then click More Tools, and then click Task Manager, or you can use the keyboard shortcut Search and Escape, and you will see this option. So this is where you can play around with the process. You can actually see the memory footprint and see which app or which browser tab is actually the biggest offender. And I can easily kill any kill any app right from here. So let's try killing this browser tab. There is a OneTab. I will try to find which app is actually which item is corresponded to that browsing tab, and I'm going to demonstrate the killing process. Well, maybe not the killing process, it's the end process for that tab. Okay, so not this, definitely not that. Okay, this is the tab that I'm going to end. I'm going to click it and click end process, and you can see that right now it is you can see that it is, I don't know the name, but basically it just kills the process, and now I can either reload or just close the tab. So I think it's going to remove the app, and it will free up some space for the memory, and hopefully you can feel the Chrome OS running a bit more responsive. So that was the sixth thing that you can do on Chromebook. The next thing that you can do is, of course, you have to be mindful when using Chromebook when you're running multiple apps. I think Chrome OS, especially the ones with 4 GB of RAM, tends to suffer when you're opening more than 3 different applications. And even right now, which I'm not using anything, I'm only running one app to stream the screen to my computer to record this video, and even that, it makes things a bit slower, especially if I'm opening another app. So just be mindful when using multiple apps or multitasking on your Chromebook device. And lastly, which is my favorite, is using the light version of your app. So if you open Google Play Store, you'll see that there are different apps that you can install. They are basically Android apps, and I do recommend using the light version of the app. So if you know that there is an Instagram Lite, but we can also use Instagram Lite, which is the streamlined version of Instagram, not Line, it's Lite. And it's going to be smaller, it's a lot lighter, and it still has maybe 80% of all the features of the regular Instagram app. And there are a lot of apps that do have the light version that you could use, and it will run a lot faster than the native app. So that's the 8 thing that you can do to make your Chrome OS feel a lot faster. So I hope you find this video to be helpful, and I'll see you on the next tutorial video. Have a great day and take care.